It's a frog. I saw one of these guys yesterday on the trail. Pretty cool. You know it's moist when you're seeing frogs. Well, I got in 5.3 miles before the sun came up. That was some good night hiking. Time well spent. I'm taking a quick break. It's about 6:17 a.m. Got up at 3, left camp at 4. I actually cut off about an hour of my normal takedown time. So just skipped breakfast, grabbed a bunch of snacks. I've got 2 days worth of food, so I just consolidated all my snacks, and I'm just gonna hike on snacks for the most part today. So with 5.3 miles done, I have about 21 miles today, so I'm down to 16, 15.7, something like that. And just gonna keep hiking along, averaging over 2.5 miles an hour, between 2.5 and 3. All right, thanks again for joining me on another one of Charlie's hikes. I'm just enjoying how this trail goes along the Elwha River. It's that gorgeous river. Might be a little hard to see through the trees here, but super clear. I'll get some more shots later. Here's a clearer shot of the Elwha River. It's just beautiful. There's a huge hole down at the bottom, right in front of me here, off the side channel. All of these little wetland areas along the Elwha are really interesting. They're quite varied. You never really know what you're going to step into, but they're incredible. Really peaceful place. Beautiful. So I'm asleep last night, or almost asleep, in my tent, and I hear a bunch of footsteps come up, and it turned out to be 4 or 5. Hard to tell. It was dark. I wasn't able to see everybody from my tent, but 4 or 5 PNT through hikers traveling as a group. I don't know if they were traveling as a group the entire time, probably not, but I talked to a guy named Jupiter briefly just to say hi and welcome him to the campsite and stuff. They had come from Home Lake yesterday, and they mentioned how wet it was yesterday, and I definitely agreed with them. Anyway, that just gives you an idea of the kind of distance they were covering. Pretty amazing. They got in basically right as it was getting dark. And I expect at some point they're going to come blazing up behind me and past me going down this trail, because they're clearly covering major miles and getting through the trail, and they're in great trail shape. All right, just had to share that with you. Making good progress here. I'm about 7 miles down, and it's 7:20. I'm in the Marys Falls area. This is a section of the trail that climbs away from the river. Goes up for, I didn't count the footage, but at least 1,000 feet. And I'm getting towards the top of the climb, I think. Anyway, making steady progress. It's about 8 o'clock. I'm making my way. I'm about 6 miles from the parking lot. It's been a little slower going for the last probably 4 or 5 miles. Had to stop a couple times. Just check my pack, make sure I got everything. Yeah, I've got some blisters on my feet, especially my left foot, which got wet yesterday with the waterproofing of my boot going. It's not real happy, but I got a bunch of moleskin out, did my best to treat stuff, and hopefully, yeah, we'll just make it through the next 6 miles of road walking, and then have a couple days, day and a half to rest up and keep treating those. I'm sure I'll still be treating them on Saturday when I get back on trail. Anyway, it's going well, and it's about 12:30, pickups slated for about 3 o'clock, so need to keep hiking. Oh, and I'm on my second Rich Roll podcast of the day. The first one was Jimmy Chin and his business partner and partner in life, talking about free solo and the making of free solo. It's really good. I'll include a link down below, and I'll tell you more about the second one another time. About a mile from the parking lot. The last Rich Roll podcast was Killian Jornet talking about his amazing outdoor running exploits, including setting the record for running up and down Mount Everest. I mean, not really running, but basically going really fast. Another good one, I'll leave a link below. Thanks again for joining me on another one of Charlie's hikes. If you enjoyed this, go ahead and like or subscribe to this video and my channel. Thanks. Okay, you're probably wondering, what happened? Why do I have a big beard now? Why am I in a completely different location? And I'm here to explain it all. So basically what happened was, I finished the PNT on coming out of the Elwha Valley at Mary's Falls. My feet, as I mentioned, were really hurting me, and they were worse than just blisters. I had a condition called cellulitis, which was an infection of my skin, a bacterial infection. And it took 7 to 10 days of antibiotics, and I had to really watch it. It took several days for my feet to stop hurting, and I was told if I go back out I risk like losing toes and things like that. So I made the decision just not to take the chance. The issue was all the water that got in my boots. The waterproofing of my boots failed. Both boots, left boot first, then right boot. But it still had some waterproofing, so the water was getting stuck in my boot and it couldn't get out and it couldn't dry out. It took a good 7 to 10 days for my boots to actually dry out once I got home, leaving them outside in the sun in the middle of the summer. So the result of that is I went and switched to Ultra shoes. The Ultras are not waterproof, but they sure do dry out a lot quicker. I missed my hiking partners. I missed the rest of the PNT hike, but I had an incredible 5 days. And as a result of that, I met some neat people. You may have seen I met Jupiter in this last video, and I went online and looked him up. I had a hunch he was on YouTube. I just had a feeling I've probably seen his videos before. And I got into watching his videos, and then I got into watching John Zahorian's videos, and then I got into looking at PNT packs, and here I am having started to redo my gear, and I've got my gear down significantly lighter than it was before by about 2/3. I'm really excited for this upcoming season. I've got a big hiking project planned, and that's it. So right now I'm out on the Dungeness Spit near Sequim. It's one of my favorite places to hike in the winter. And I wanted to wrap this video up in a nice scenic location for you. Thanks for watching. Once again, please subscribe to my channel if you like these videos, and like this video as well if you like it. Thank you and have a great day.